All right, Kevin Holland is a ninja. He's a ninja. This guy is a ninja, and he is the full package. He has the it factor. He's got the striking. He's got the confidence, the momentum, the pressure, the aggression, the balls. I mean, the guy's not afraid to just go in there and then just lay it on the line and not care. He's the full package. And, he reminds me of like kind of a young Adesanya. He's far away right now. He's not ranked, I don't think. Definitely not in the top 10 before this fight. But I think this fight definitely will rise his rank. And I think he's going to get closer and closer to that top 10, top 5. And I can't wait. I hope he wins some more fights and we do see an Adesanya fight. Because I think between the mix of the talking and the fighting, it's going to make a hell of a fight. He's got a ways to go. He needs to have some more fights. He's going to have to, obviously tighten up some things, but just phenomenal. Very impressed. Extremely impressed. The way that he knocked out Jacare in that fight, unbelievable. Like in that position on the knees. I mean, the funny thing is like when Jacare was on top of him and he hit him and got a reaction and Jacare talked down to him and he was talking back up to Jacare. Usually when there's conversation, there's more impact than you think. It hurts more, or it made more of an impact, and you're trying to play it off, or you wouldn't have said anything. So I could tell some of those early shots that didn't seem to make a difference in the fight were definitely hard shots, and the way he was slapping the side of the face, he didn't seem to be worried about getting taken down by one of the most beastly ground guys in the sport. Especially in that division, he didn't seem worried. He seemed like he was still trying to inflict pain and use his striking on the ground. And I think that's great in the fact that it's gonna prove beneficial in the future. I don't think we got to see a lot of what in his mind he intended to do, considering he wasn't scared and considering he was very comfortable in that position. I don't think he was planning to win a ground game against Jacare, but I don't think he was planning on losing one either. And to come up and land those strikes like that and then have that kind of impact and knock Jacare out so bad that he wasn't out completely cold, but like he was out. I mean, he was sitting on the stool. He was still falling off the stool. Like it's phenomenal. It was a phenomenal performance. I love watching guys like this because guys that are going there, they're confident and they're doing things and they're trying things. This is reminiscent of like John Jones and Adesanya, like I said before, Anderson Silva in his prime. Guys that go out there and do things you haven't seen done, and they're not afraid to try them. They're not afraid to do them. And then now that they get away with doing them, and getting such great results, they're just going to continue to do it and do more and more. And it's going to be hard to fight these guys. It's going to be extremely hard because they have the momentum. Like I said before, they have that aggression, that pressure, that confidence, but they're also going to be throwing stuff that's just so unorthodox and coming from everywhere. It's going to be hard to prepare for that. And it's going to be hard to block some of those things. And it seems like he has so much power that when he gets in there and it does land, I mean, how many times have we seen the guy get knocked out on his knees? You know what I mean? Like on the ground, on top of somebody, especially that bad. So obviously he's got an enormous amount of power. He mentioned Hamzat Chimaev. Obviously there's a difference there. He's a bigger guy, I think. And I think I would love to see the fight, but I'm very excited to see Hamzat fight Edwards, and I'm pretty sure that the fight's back on and going to happen, and nothing's going to get in the way of that. So I'm excited to see that fight, but I definitely wouldn't be upset if he jumped in and fought Hamzat or anyone else. I just want to see him fight good guys, confident guys like Hamzat, guys that's going to go in there and fight him, because I think that's where we're going to get the best. I don't want to see him get put on a pedestal too soon in his career, and then he goes out there and fights guys, and they're just terrified of him, scared of him, and he just dominates them. So I want to see some good fights out of this kid. He's the future of that division. Obviously, Adesanya is the king, but I think he's the future as far as coming up and being a star on the way to Adesanya, which is exactly where I think he's headed.